What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you a few things that you should look for, you should be aware of before you go out buying a Subaru. If you find any of those, you should be running out of the door. So let's get to the video. Alright, first and foremost, the most important thing is these cars have the boxer engine. It's a great engine for it helps the car with handling because it's the front end is balanced, 2 cylinders over here, 2 cylinders over here. But the problem is has been the problem with Subarus since the 90s all the way to the late 2000s. So the head gasket on the passenger side is very common to fail, and you can never tell what the mileage is going to happen at. It's above most likely above 100,000. It starts either leaking oil externally, the car will run fine, it will leak oil on the bottom side. I will put a picture on the screen. Or it will just fail and it start to mix coolant with combustion gases, and it will boil the coolant in the expansion tank. It push all the coolant back to the expansion tank. So that's a very bad problem with these engines. If you go out to look for one of these, put the car in jack stands, go underneath. If there's any splash shields or any whatever these skid plates, just take them off. Look underneath, ask the owner if you can do that. That would be nice. You have to make sure it's not leaking either coolant or oil. If that's not there, it looks clean, then you're good to go. One more thing, these cars have with a timing belt that are prone to break between 90,000 miles and 120,000 miles. Just ask questions, make sure it's been replaced, make sure it's not due, or if it's due, you should know, so you can maybe negotiate the price or get it done yourself so it doesn't break on you, because most of these engines are interference engines and it will cause catastrophic failure for your engine. So that's going to be very costly. It's going to cost you, if you do it yourself, maybe $1,500. If someone's going to do it for you, maybe 25 to 3 grand. So you should be very aware of that. Okay, so these are the two things with the engine that are covered. Going on to the interior, the seats are very narrow. I'm an average 5'10", 200-pound guy, and my shoulders are just out to the end of the seat. I mean, if a bigger guy sits here, he's not going to be comfortable. I had my friend sit in the passenger seat and me in here and my friend over there, and we could barely, we kept pushing each other's elbows on the center console. So that's not a very nice thing with these cars. If you look at it from the outside, if you measure, it's like about 6 inches shorter than a Toyota Camry. So there is not a very much room when it comes to the width. But you know, if it's for a college kid or maybe a small family, it should not be a problem. The other thing that I want to mention with this car is the gas mileage. The gas mileage with these cars is not the best because it's a symmetrical all-wheel drive. This is a good thing to have an all-wheel drive car if you have a snow or you live in where it rains a lot. But the thing is, they should have came up with a rear-wheel drive only option for people who don't have any snow or rain. Like us here in Arizona, we pretty much have dry weather almost all year, so we need just a rear-wheel drive so we can save money on gas. The transfer case and the rear-wheel drive, the transmission goes straight drive shaft to the rear differential. There's a front differential, and that's a lot of drivetrain loss. So it uses gas too much for a small car like this. It averages about 26 highway, 21 city, which is really not that good for a small car. It's a non-turbo, it's a 4 cylinders, it's a very small and light car. Why not get a really good gas mileage? For us in Arizona, I really would have preferred this car to be a rear-wheel drive. I don't drive on snow or rain. I don't need the front the old symmetrical wheel drive, or maybe just a switch that I can just use the rear wheel drive like trucks. But I mean, maybe just a rear wheel drive would be enough for me as a because I live in this dry weather. So I need more gas mileage per gallon because I drive 60 miles each way. I commute 60 miles each way. So with that, for the fifth and last thing about this car, it is really bouncy, man. This car does not have any coilovers or anything. It's the stock struts, but this thing is bouncy on the freeway. Like, I drive and I'm like blah, 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 blah. I don't feel comfortable on the freeway. It's not too bad, it's all right, but it maybe should have been a little more comfortable. But it bothers me sometimes when I drive over when I drive in a area where they just extended the road, and it maybe I think it should be more comfortable. So take it for a spin. Make sure you're comfortable with the ride quality. Make sure you're comfortable with the seats. Make sure that's the kind of gas mileage you want to get. I've been driving this car for a while. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this car looks good, handles good. It's a great overall car, but there's a few things that maybe could have been better. The gas mileage, the timing belt, the head gasket issue that's really costly, the interior room. So these are a few things. The rack I really like. It acts like a truck when you need it. The cargo space is really awesome. There's a video is gonna be coming up soon. The things that I love about this car. So these are the things that you should be aware of. A coming up video is gonna be things that I love about this car. So that's it for me. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you are stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one.